What's going to happen in the fourth quarter? Are we going to see a fall flop in the real estate market? That's the question. You're definitely going to want to watch this one. So we know that the fall window is really the second busiest time of year besides that spring window that opens up, in my view, from January up until the end of June. And then we see another pop of activity September, October, November as we lead into the holidays. And we're in the middle of that right now. And the big question a lot of people have is, are we going to see a fall flop in the market? So before I get started, if you get some value out of this video, please subscribe, like the video, engage with us a little bit on our YouTube channel here, and only if you like it, only if you see that we're bringing value and helping you understand current housing market conditions. So here's what I know about what's going on in the fall market. We have seen supply increase. That's not the same as number of homes. This is the supply. So how much inventory is on the market relative to the current absorption rate, how fast homes are selling. We've seen that number rise month over month since the summer. We saw the biggest pop in inventory in the month of August in 7 years. So we're starting to see more homes come to the market, and that's going to create options for buyers. We've seen that rates have been in that low to mid 7 range pretty much the entire month of September and through August and even part of July, and it doesn't look like they're going down anytime soon. You're seeing tons of experts revise their predictions on what rates are going to do. Just a month ago, Fortune magazine put together the interest rate predictions, and there was 8 folks, 8 big authorities. So it was Moody's, it was Mortgage Bankers Association, Morgan Stanley, Fannie Mae. Almost everyone predicted rates were going to be in the low 6 to high 5 range, which I had a hard time believing. And now we're seeing these predictions get revised. We're seeing maybe it's going to be 6.5 towards the end of the year. And that's going to continue to make homes a little less affordable than they were even a couple years ago. So that's a factor here, is that interest rates are lingering in the 7s. And given that the Fed didn't adjust the federal funds rate last week, that was big news coming out of the Fed meeting. And it looks like there's maybe a 50-50 chance they raise rates again before the end of the year, based on the comments from Jerome Powell after the meeting last week. We're not seeing rates really go anywhere anytime soon. They're remaining stable, they're in the 7s, and they look to be staying there. So we have that going on. And when you have these rates in the 7% range, that's gonna inevitably cause some people to maybe slow down their purchasing process. They might think twice about making a move. And it also creates opportunity in the market, because when people retreat and the buyers that don't, this might be their chance for buyers to get the home that they want in the marketplace. So we have all these things happening. And then on top of that, we've got the lock-in effect. The lock-in effect is the folks with a 3 or a 4 interest rate. Well, they're in a spot now where they are locked into their home. They're not moving. They're saying I might have to almost double my interest rate, let alone their payment could go up a lot more, especially if it's a move-up buyer. And folks are staying put in their properties longer. So you have all these things happening, and while we saw the number of homes that have sold continue to be at that 20 to 30% below last year number in the greater Philadelphia area, we've got some things happening here that really aren't changing. We know what's going on with inventory and supply. Rates are holding, and Doug Duncan, the chief economist from Fannie Mae, he feels like this is going to be kind of the market that we're in, along with a lot of other experts. So what does this mean for the rest of the fall market? And here's what I know, is that there's going to be opportunities for people that want to go buy a home if they've been losing out earlier in the year. There's going to be opportunity for people who have lost out on homes earlier in the year. If you're still serious about transacting on a property, and that's if you got a growing family, diapers, right? If you're maybe diamonds, you're getting engaged. You're downsizing and you're trying to find something smaller because your home's too big. Or obviously if there's like a death or divorce or something like that that causes a move, those folks may have an opportunity now to find the home that they want, because there is less competition than there was earlier in the year. I'm a big believer that the market really activity peaked in that February, January to June 30th range. We had our typical summer slowdown, and now we're into this last gasp for the market. So there is opportunity out there. And if I'm a home buyer, I want to be buying when other people don't. Now the flip side is for sellers. Is it going to be a flop for you this fall and the rest of the fourth quarter? And what I'm clear on is that there is no better time for a seller to have their home on the market than right now, because there's still motivated people out there. Anyone looking in the months of September to December, January, February, so this kind of fall winter run, they are serious home buyers ready to transact. These are people that have intent to go do a deal no matter what. So that's number one. Number two, these people are out there looking in spite of these current market conditions. So they're doing this in spite of higher rates, in spite of a lot of other things. And as a result, when they go out and look at properties and they want to go find something, well, these are people that are saying, I don't care, I know what the conditions are, I'm aware of them, and I'm going to do the deal anyway. They are well informed and know what's going on. So it's a great example that there's always opportunities to transact and always opportunities to go out and do deals if you're a real estate agent or you're a seller or a buyer. There's investors that are starting to get more active now and look at picking up investment properties. My observation is we're going to see more of the same from what we saw earlier in the year, which is a slower paced market. Inspections are now getting accepted. We're seeing that you can make an offer on properties, and while there's still competitive situations, it's not as hyper competitive as it used to be. And as a result, that might mean there's opportunity for you as a buyer or seller to transact. So if you got questions about this stuff, there's a link in the comments here. You can schedule a call with our team to talk through it and make sure you know exactly what's going on. And remember, if you got any value out of this whatsoever, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll keep the information coming.